Welcome to another How Good Is Today. How good is the gay? Very good, actually. It is indeed time for MasaKoko, a unit that I said was gonna happen as the next unit, and people didn't believe me. People were like, there's no way that the next unit is gonna be MasaKoko. But hey, after saying it about 50 times, this time I'm actually correct, so I think you guys owe me an apology. Are they actually good? Yes, they are good. That's the TLDR for everyone out there. They're a really good support. But let's actually dive into why they're a good support. So they have 3 Excel discs, which makes him an Excel disc character. I would have liked to see more than 3 Excel discs. I mean, I know in the past I've said that units that don't have 3 Excel discs, like they only had 2 Excel discs, that they really should have 3 Excel discs if they are like a support or a Magia type character. But we've reached the point where really we can ask for 4 Excel discs. Maybe even 5 Excel discs, right? We can ask for it at least. But I guess we will have to settle for just 3 Excel discs for now. Their stats are pretty good across the board. They are a support type, but even for a support type, they have pretty good attack and just generally pretty good stats, even for a support type. And their personal, I said in the news video that their personal is probably gonna be an Excel draw. It's not an Excel draw, because it's even better than an Excel draw. It's MP restore 15 for all allies. And this is 15 base MP, and of course if you have MP bonuses, like something that just gives percentage MP up, you will get even more MP from that. And if you're wondering, this feels like a unique effect, how many people even have this on a Memoria, on a personal Memoria? There's exactly one. There's exactly one other character that has this as their personal Memoria, which is Kurue. Normal Kurue has this exact effect, also 15 MP restore on her personal, so now we have a second character who has that. And it's a really good effect. It's actually an extremely good effect. So I'm not sad that we didn't get Excel draw, because I think I'll take this. I think I'll take this over Excel draw, actually, to be honest, because this doesn't even require you to use any discs. You just get a crap ton of MP. Now the connect is just a whole bunch of attack, especially for light attacks, light attribute characters. Not really anything special, to be honest. Connects have gotten so incredibly useless, or rather they sort of moved away from what characters usually focus on. Like, back in the day, Connect was basically the most important tool in a character's kit. And now both the Doppel, which back then was way harder to get, and the Spirit Enhancement, which back then didn't exist, are both a lot more important than the Connect. So yeah, the Connect is pretty offensive. Sure, okay, we could just move on to the next part. Gay. And the Magia or Doppel, Magia 2 or Doppel rather, they're basically interchangeable, those words by now. It does attribute strength and damage to all enemies, because I think I might need to mention this, but they're a Kimochi unit, and if you have a Kimochi unit, they better have attribute strength and damage. And it's not like they need to absolutely have it, but you can expect them to have it. You can expect every single Kimochi character to indeed have this kind of effect on at least their Doppel. They also give attack up and damage up, which together is like the holy duo of damage buffs, because there are 2 main ways of increasing your damage. One is attack up and one is damage up, and if you have both of those buffs at once, you're basically doing the absolute best that you can as a unit to increase someone's damage. Which is why originally when Mikage was released, Mikage was absolutely fucking broken. And even nowadays, Mikage is still pretty darn broken. But we've also seen a bunch of other characters also have a similar spread of both attack up and damage up on their Doppel. And here this sort of pattern continues with MasaKoko. On top of that, they also give defense up, which is like, yeah, who cares. Also, is that number for real? 51.3%? Round that down, give me a 50%, or give me 55%, but 51.3? That's not natural, guys. They also negate the first 2 status ailments that happen within the next 5 turns, which is that ever gonna be useful? You might think like, oh, wait a second, but since they are being played in a Magia-centric playstyle or double-centric playstyle, then this might be really good against enemies that give you Magia Seal, but these characters themselves have anti-Magia Seal, and so has basically every other character out there that relies on Magia, so they're not gonna get Magia Sealed. And how many characters are out there, or like how many enemies are out there that give you like stun or bind or charm or anything like that to actually stop you from acting? Because damage over time doesn't really matter, mischance doesn't really matter, those ailments don't do fucking anything against Magia strategies, so I guess negating status ailments really doesn't fucking matter on a Magia team. Specifically on a Magia team, but just generally is not that important unless you get it like passively turn 1, because then it's good in mirrors. But getting it on a Magia or a double might be a little bit too late for mirrors, maybe? I'm not a mirrors professional, so I can't really say for certain, but generally this is not that amazing of a status effect in most cases. But of course on top of that we also have the light attack up, which, yeah, this is a Kimochi unit. Of course they give element attack up. What do you guys expect? You guys expect them to not do that? You guys have not been watching these videos for like the last 2 years. Moving on to the Spirit Enhancement though, by the way, in case you guys haven't realized this, the Magia and the Magia 2 specifically are really fucking good and are exactly what you need on the Kimochi. The Kimochi that is coming up in just a few weeks, maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, I don't know exactly when, but it's coming up and this is exactly what you want. The Spirit Enhancement basically just continues the theme of exactly what you need during the Kimochi, where you play your light type characters, where you have dark damage cut, you have skill quicken in case you want to be very sneaky and get even more actives out. You get MP up when damaged. You get MP gauge increased on battle start, regenerate MP, MP up when damaged when weak, and again, what the fuck, all these MP bonuses? All of these lines just say stuff about MP. And I guess this is exactly what you would expect from a character that is good in Kimochi, is that they get really fast MP, because this is in Kimochi where you use your doubles, and on a Kimochi where you use your doubles, of course you want to get as much MP as possible, so of course we're getting all the MP bonuses that you could ever want in your SE passively. So generally, even when you're not fighting against dark type enemies, you just get bonus MP when attacked. Now, I need to mention that the regular MP that you get when you take damage is 4. So if you get hit by an enemy attack, usually you gain 4 MP. This is before MP bonuses and before the type bonuses. In this case, support has the maximum type bonuses come into play from that, or like almost the maximum type bonuses. So on top of that you get 5 MP, so already looking at 9 MP from just taking damage. And then on top of that you get, if the attacker is of dark element, which is the weak element to light, or rather the other way around, is that light is the weak element to dark, you get 6 bonus MP. So on top of the 5 bonus MP right here, that means you get 15 MP for taking damage, and this is before MP bonuses, okay? And keep in mind that they passively have MP gain up 10% as well, so even without any Memoria that give you bonus MP gain up, you're already looking at something like 16%, 16 MP whenever you take damage. And if you get hit 3 times, that's like 48 MP, let's round that to 50 MP. So just by getting hit 3 times, you're already looking at 50 MP. That's so fucking much, just from getting hit. You're at 0 MP, imagine that. You're on 0 HP, you get hit 3 times, you're on 50 MP. What? That is so fucking much. And then your turn starts, you regenerate 9 MP. And the battle starts, you start with 45 MP. Like the battle imagine just the battle starts, you get hit by 3 dark attacks. As soon as your next turn starts, you're already ready to use Magia. That's how fucking powerful they are. And on top of that, you use their personal and you get 15 more MP. And if you're already above 100 MP, your above 100 MP bonuses kick in, and you get even more MP of that. Like, you're almost getting to double without even doing anything. And put on top of that the fact that of course you can just use Memoria that give you MP bonus, and if you have Memoria that gives you like 15% MP bonus, it becomes really fucking easy to get to double without even taking a single disc. Just by getting MP up when attacked by weak element and MP when damage and regen MP and all these other MP bonuses that are in here. So yeah, that's pretty darn fucking good. Especially if you're doing Kimochi, where every single disc is incredibly important. Every single disc needs to be the best it can possibly be. In that sort of scenario, having someone who can just get double without even taking discs, without taking discs away from anyone else, they can just get to double. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And of course, they also buff their entire team with even more damage, because of course they do what they do expect. So overall, we're looking at an insanely gay unit, but also an insanely powerful unit, especially for light type teams. If you have any light type Magia or double focus team, you're playing MasaKoko, the Bride version. It's basically a no-brainer in that. Now, do they actually have much worth outside of light type Magia team? Well, if you're playing a light type Blast team, then probably not, because when you're playing a Blast team, you only want like 1 or 2 units. There's like no reason to put more than 1 or 2 units on a Blast type team. But generally, if you're playing a team outside of a light type team, let's just say any type of team, any regular old team that you might want to play, yeah, they're still looking pretty good, because just getting attack up and damage up from a double is pretty darn good. They also buff themselves at least with this light attack up. They also, because of these 2 bonuses, still get really fast Magia and double, even if they aren't getting hit by dark type. They're still looking really good even outside of light type. So generally, they're a pair of characters who, in this case, are pretty darn good, pretty darn fucking good on just a general team. But specifically on a light type Magia team that is pushing for Kimochi, they're especially really darn fucking powerful. So yeah, overall, they're pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm giving them a thumbs up. And then you look at their Memoria right here. You're like, wow, is this a Kimochi Memoria or not? It has an insane amount of max attack passively. You have 25% damage increase, which is not the highest it can be. We have seen Memoria in the past that gives 30%. It's not the highest it can be, but you get an additional 6 MP when damaged by weak element. So if you're fighting against the dark type Kimochi, where you play all your light type units, you put this on units that really need more MP, and they just magically gain a whole bunch more MP out of nowhere just by getting hit. So yeah, this is also really fucking good at Kimochi. So overall, roll for them if you want to do Kimochi, and even if you don't want to do Kimochi, they are pretty darn good. But maybe not better than a bunch of other like all-rounder support characters, but they're still doing a good job. That was that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys next time.